Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. About a week or so ago, got the email from the Minimalist. A couple of guys, they're doing a book tour around the country talking about minimalism. But there's something interesting in here, and I want to quote from their newsletter. The Bureau of Labor Statistics show that in today's economy, it is entirely possible for poor people to have much of the same material comforts, cars, televisions, computers, smartphones, as more affluent people, yet be trapped in low-paying jobs with little prospect of improvement. In other words, rich people and poor people can both be oppressed by the possessions they desire. However, poor people are considerably more stifled because of their lesser prospect of improvement. Perhaps minimalism is the prospect of improvement, though. You see, whenever desire is greater than one's ability to attain, discontentment sets in. But by mitigating our impulse to compulsively consume, we take back control of our desires as well as our pocketbooks. Now, what's really interesting is that I also got an email that talked about, the recent poverty statistics. Something like 20% of Americans live at the poverty line. 40% of kids are receiving some type of financial aid from the government. And what is it? If you're a single mom, you have a chance. Something like 40% of single moms or so live under the poverty line. Can't remember the numbers exactly, but it was just all these ideas of poverty. And then I was watching on the TV, I believe it was the History Channel or Discovery. There's a TV show or documentary called Poor Kids. They go around and they interview these kids that, say they're poor. And it made me think, it's like if you put all this together, and then you look at the world in general, what is poor? If you go to India or Africa, you can really see some poor people. I know I used to go down to Mexico a lot. On the way out to where the Americans would go to play, if you could go down these railroad tracks, right by the railroad tracks. And there's people living in cardboard boxes, and I kid you not. There's people there working all week for less money that with a couple of clicks of the mouse can make in seconds. Sometimes it just makes you stop and think, makes you appreciate what you have. But the point is, poor. If you can't have what you desire, is that what makes you poor? That's just something to think about. Because if you've been watching my videos, I've been talking a lot about how the mind works and how advertisers and psychologists know how to get us to want things, buy things. You guys know if you watch my thrift store videos, I still fail from time to time and pick up another jacket or cap or t-shirt. Even though I've been pretty good not picking up t-shirts lately. But the point is that what is it about us that makes us want to consume? Or makes us feel poor? Because if once again, I love going down to the Mexican beaches. There's just one little resort, it's not even a resort town, it's a fishing village. Main road's a dirt road. I don't like to tell people where it is because I don't want them to go down there and spoil it. Keep something secret. But, there's people there living in shacks that have dirt floors, but they were happy. They were nice. And I was thinking, sometimes, do they know they're poor? But you see, once again, what is poor? State of mind. I mean, they had a roof over their head. You know, they fresh fish, fresh fruit and vegetables. They were eating, so they weren't hungry. They had their celebrations. They were dancing and singing, listening, enjoying music. So what's poor? I mean, is poor what you call somebody who's worse off than you? And what good is it to talk about poor unless you're going to do something about it? I mean, I've done the videos about Walmart teaching their employees how to apply for food stamps and other government assistance because obviously they're not paying them enough. And that gets into another whole topic, which I've covered somewhat. I mean, if you want to earn more, then be worth more. Be worth more to your employer. Or go out and find a customer and start your own company. I mean, these are options. So my question, my fellow Americans, what do you think poor is? That's what I'd like to know. What you think poor is. Do you consider yourself poor? And is money the only measurement of poor? Because it's interesting how there's just so many things that come down to money when money is just a tool, a means of exchange. What is it that you want to exchange the money for? Why not just kind of bypass the money part and get that? So, my fellow Americans, thanks again for watching and listening, and I hope to hear from you soon.